Hey everyone, welcome back to Cloud Meets Hybrid, the automation talks powered by XOAP. I'm Mario, and we got a special product episode today. We are announcing a brand new XOAP module called XOAP Connector. And to unpack what it is and why it matters, I'm joined by our CTO, Sinisa. Sinisa, great to have you back.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, before we start, Sinisha, let's start fast. 10 seconds. What is XOAP Connector and why now?
Do I have 10 seconds or can I think for 10 seconds?
You can think for 10
Because,
seconds and answer for 20 seconds. It's also
okay,
okay.
it's a broad topic. So, first of all, XOAP Connector was born to enable access from the XOAP platform into on-premises environments, especially for the image management part. But now that we started developing stuff, we went even further. And XOAP Connector will be the foundation for everything that we will deliver in the future from a functional perspective. And this gives us a lot of opportunities and technical solutions we can implement side by side with the connector.
Okay, that when I summarize it, yeah, and say it in my words also, maybe the chaos of this hybrid infrastructure, yeah, how to deliver automations somewhere and bring it also on premises. Can that be a pluggable way to connect XOAP to all places the infrastructure is running on?
Basically, it is, yes, because the XOAP connector can also be used, for example, in Azure environments when you have specific security requirements where we cannot get access directly from external into the environment. This enables a lot of different use cases for us.
Yeah, cool. Um, what kind of pain the XOAP connector will eliminate in different customer scenarios? We are not talking about use cases. That's something I will ask you later. But
Mhm.
what kind of pain the customer or the companies have right now?
So, as you already said, I mean, we have multiple environments that we have to manage today. Customers don't have only an on-premises data center like in the past. They have multiple environments, maybe multiple cloud environments. Uh, we are integrating all of those different environments, platforms, solution to be manageable from one central place with the connector.
Hmm, that's a good point. That's a good point. And when I think about also some um, situations like new platforms coming onto the market, or maybe platforms are raising prices, is this something, a pain that the XOAP connector can also solve?
I mean, we have our layered approach of infrastructure modules there where you can, like we always say it, put the bricks together depending on where you want to go. So basically, with our layered approach, we are able to just maybe take one platform part out of the solution and exchange it with another one. So that's even today possible with things we are doing with the XO platform, but the connector will enable a lot more use cases and solutions to be integrated with this as well.
Okay, cool. Let's quantify also the value. What should customers notice in, if they implement it today, what they will notice in the next months they run XOAP connector in this infrastructure?
I'm not sure if I get your question right.
Yeah, they start to run the XOAP connector. They connect it right now and implement it in their environment. And the added value will be they can run something what they are running on Azure right now on premises. How long they need to enable this entire scenario or the on-premise infrastructure with this XOAP connector?
All right. So basically, we need an API key to register a piece of software running on Mac, Windows, or Linux, Docker in the future as well. As soon as you deployed that one piece in your infrastructure, you basically can push image management runs against your vSphere Nutanix environment on-prem from the central platform. But we will also extend the functionality. You will be able to run scripts, commands, queries, a lot more automations against those single agents that you maybe just use as a proxy. But basically what we are planning is that every managed device that you have will have a XOAP connector or can have a XOAP connector on it. And then you are able to manage a lot more workflows, whatever comes in the future from our side to fully automate your not only your server client, but also your cloud and hosting environments.
Okay. And who will be the right audience and which customers we are addressing with the XOAP connector?
So there are a lot of people that can use the technology that we are providing to centrally manage a lot of different IT departments, environments, companies, whatsoever. So it can be a small um, um, IT solution department that is managing a different kind of devices worldwide. It can be large scale service providers that are providing services for their customers, trying to standardize things. We have people using modules like image management to provide different kind of images for all of their customers, because we can support multiple subscriptions accounts whatsoever you have in your cloud environments and on premises. So everybody who wants to centralize and standardize their environment is basically our customer from my point of view.
Okay. Yeah, great. So also then not only focus on an end customer, it can also be an MSP managing multiple customers across different platforms. Customers which have maybe hybrid IT infrastructures. They are not going to this native cloud or cloud native approach and see, hey, maybe we should also run something on premises, or would be nice to run the same procedure on Azure and as well as VMware Nutanix, whatever. But of course, also end customers, which are growing or going direction of, hey, let's go cloud first. And then they see, oh, cloud first and cloud only, it's not the only strategy we should go. And why we do this at the end is, I think, also to give the customer the freedom of choice where they would like to run the image build, to run the platform or whatever. Yeah. Are there any limitations to use the XOAP connector for a customer? So before they start, what they need to do to run it when it's available?
So basically, as always, we need some sort of connect to our backend APIs. So that's something using SSL connections to our backend, some kind of proxy. So that's something that we are adding here as a possibility too, because we were lacking this in the past to enable better proxy communication for customers. And then that's it. Basically, when the agent is registered in your workspace, we basically have a two-way connect of exchanging information using a technology called Signal R to send messages back and forth. But the agent is basically polling what kind of tasks he gets, and then running those tasks and giving feedback back to the platform, where you can centrally then see what's happening.
Okay. Is the connector available in every XOAP account, in every new XOAP account? And what is with the old ones? How to enable
Uh,
it?
So typically what we do when we deploy changes or updates to our platform, everybody gets it. So the XOAP agent will be available as soon as we deploy it to the production environment for everybody. and then you have access to the sources and can start playing around with it. With our free plan, we have like 10 nodes or devices that you can basically manage, and that's something that you can then hopefully do and see the possibilities and the goodness of our agent, how it can help you automate and standardize your IT infrastructures.
Cool. So that means everybody will be able to run it on demand, and it will be accessible through the XOAP workspace for everyone as soon as deployed in production. Not only to connect an infrastructure, what is also an additional plan with the XOAP connector to gather analytics, data, informations from the environment?
Yes, for sure. So when the agent will be available, you already will have access to a lot of different inventory data, statistics that you can gather from the device where the agent is installed. As I said, Linux, Windows, Mac. Things we are getting, like all the packages, certificates, environment variables, performance data. A lot of things you can gather that we are not planning to fully integrate into the platform, because basically we are an automation platform, and we want to move forward with that platform. But for inventory data, we will provide a few dashboards that give you some insights. But while we are also providing an API, you're able to gather all the data from all connected devices and do whatever you want to do with it. So that's also one of the things that we want to highlight very much. So you don't have to use the workspace in the front end. We have full API capabilities. You can run whatever you can do in the front end also via API to implement much more complex automation scenarios that you currently cannot see from the platform itself, or when you want to integrate things like ServiceNow to implement some sort of user workflows or ordering workflows. That's the one thing. But we will more and more implement automation capabilities via this process to give you much more capabilities on the automation side of things.
Okay, pretty cool. Let's go a bit into production. Now we have a customer. What is a example use case to use? So what the customer is doing right now, and what is the use case to integrate XOAP connector, and what kind of added value he is achieving with it?
All right, so we have a lot of customers that are already doing image management in their cloud environments, but are lacking the same possibility to standardize all those builds over all environments. With XOAP Connector, we will enable customers who already manage their builds with different roles and applications and configurations they need, in an easy way to just roll out the XOAP connector and then just use another target to deploy those images as well. For sure, from an automation perspective, a little bit different, because in the cloud environments we have images that we already can use and build on top. In on-premises environments, you have to provide something like an ISO file and automate all that stuff. It's a little bit more complicated than the cloud. But basically, the roles, configurations, the applications that you've already built, you can just use the same set of things and just move into the direction on your on-premises environment, or in the other way. So if you're a new customer, want to start automating your on-premises environment as a preparation to then do the shift one day, it's also a valid use case to start with that.
Yeah, pretty cool. We remember some of our last podcasts where we talk about, I think, with one of our guest speakers, about how image management sucks.
Yeah.
So we can reduce the effort and simplify the entire process in hybrid IT infrastructures. Yeah, definitely. Now we have a XOAP connector. How would you describe the security component of the communication of XOAP connector to the XOAP backend in some few words?
Okay, so basically every device that's registered or start a little bit earlier. So every workspace has its own certification authority, has own certificates that are used to secure the communication between either nodes that are registered in configuration management or the ones that are registered with the XOAP connector. And to be sure that nobody can connect such an agent to any workspace, we are introducing the API keys that you can create that get different kind of roles also. So you can use those API keys either for the XOAP connector or to provide something, as I said, as an API access for another ServiceNow instance. Then you have the security on this side, and then we are securing the complete communication between those two components, like the XOAP connector and the backend via SSL and all the things that need to be done. And our infrastructure is also like we are looking at all the CIS benchmarks, everything that needs to be done to keep our infrastructure secure. So that's an additional thing that we are for sure taking care of. And whenever you feel like something's going terribly wrong, you can delete the API key and then you disconnect everything that's running somewhere. So there's like multiple possibilities to also control from your side, so from your workspace side, what happens and how to deal with that. I hope that's explanation enough for this topic.
Yeah, that's for that point. That's pretty good. Something new in this kind of talk, rapid fire. Yeah.
Do I have to be scared now?
Yeah. One sentence each. Yeah.
Okay.
Biggest misconception about multi-cloud automation.
That's a good thing. There are products out there that seem to make it simple, but it's never simple.
Good. How do you avoid vendor lock-in?
By not getting into deep into a specific vendor and always keep an eye on how to get the things that you created, configured, used out of this solution again and move to somebody else or another technology, whatever.
Good. What should teams do first after they're enabling the XOAP connector?
Think about what they want to automate. I hope they do it before, but I mean, that's a crazy question. So what, from an administrative perspective, okay, yeah, assign an image or whatever, but think about the possibilities you get with XOAP connector.
I think that's enough from rapid fire. It's pretty hard to answer pretty fast, and nothing here is prepared. So that's very important. All right, let's land this. If someone's listening and thinks, yeah, I want that, I would like to start with a XOAP connector, what will be the next step? Now, of course, go on my XOAP, Dom XOAP, start your free account, register your XOAP account, and then in the next weeks there will be a deployment into your account and you will get your XOAP connector in the connections area, right? And maybe you can describe where it will be. And of course, we will have a follow-up session with more details, a video, product update session, and so on to find everything.
A few things that will be included in the workspace. So first of all, API keys will be available in connections as well as on-prem connection types. So currently we have cloud environments. We will start with vSphere and Nutanix connections. Then there will be a new inventory module on the top of the left bar where those agents will be visible when they are registered. This area will also give you a lot more functionality on the XOAP connector level to run, as I said, queries, scripts, commands. We will also enable in the next steps after then to save queries that you can reuse, to save commands you can reuse. The scripts you're using, we already have like resources where we are using also the scripts for scripted actions and everything else that's being done. And there will be additional options in image management in the first step to enable the configuration of which XOAP connectors to use when you run an image build. And then when everything of those things is up and running, then we will, as a next step, enable also scripted actions to run against connectors so that you can not only configure your Azure, Google, AWS environments, but also can manage your on-premises Nutanix and vSphere environments, for example, and everything else you can do with PowerShell and load as a module to further automate your infrastructures.
Awesome, Sinisa. Thank you for all the details and information about the XOAP connector. We are looking forward to it. We will create a product update session. We'll create videos. We will give you a landing page so that you can register for dedicated informations about it. We'll create documentation pages, and everything is prepared and looking really forward to see it in production. That's from my side to you. That's it for today's special product episode. If you enjoyed this episode, check the description. We've dropped all the links there, or want me to cover a specific topic for next week, feel free to connect with me on LinkedIn or drop me a message. Thanks for tuning in. Have a great week and see you soon. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.